Something seems to be generating some heat. We had this really cool frost out here this morning. It's coating everything. It's cold again too. Minus 15. It's another nice day here at D'Ambois. It's probably about 3 degrees Celsius right now. But it's not gonna last. We got a big weather system moving in. Colorado low coming later this weekend. So with that, we're probably gonna get a foot to 2 feet of snow. We're gonna be buried again. Temperature's gonna drop. They're calling for highs of -6 all next week. So we got a bunch of stuff we got to get done today. Got to clean up some of the stuff we took out of the greenhouse, put it somewhere where it's not going to get buried in snow. We got to move a whole bunch of wood up to the house too before it gets buried in snow. Make it a little bit easier for us. I got to let the chickens out first. But I'm also going to do a little update on the compost heating in the greenhouse. We'll see what's going on with that. I'm gonna let the chickens out first though. We're considering putting in a small barn this year. We want to get goats and we want to get rabbits. And we want to increase the number of chickens we have. So I reached out to one of our YouTube friends, MrJohn613. And he put together a little concept video for us of a shipping container barn. So it's a smaller size container, 20 feet by 10 feet. And he has done other shipping container concept videos in the past that I really liked. Some are houses, some are shops, garages, things like that. Check out his video that he did for us. I'll link to it right up here. I'll also link in the description to his channel as well as to the video. If you're into the whole shipping container, tiny home, that kind of thing, check his channel out. He has a lot of ideas. They're really cool. Chickens have been happy this week. They've been out every day, all day. So they're going to be a little bit ticked off at me next week, I'll tell you that much. I also want to check on our trail cam, because it's been out 2 weeks or so now. So once I get that, if there's anything interesting on it, I'll do another time-lapse video. If there's a time-lapse, I'll put a link right there. Time-lapse from the end of January and into the first couple weeks of February. That's pretty cool. 200 photos, 22 days. You should check that one out. With all these nice, bright, warm, sunny days we've been having, temperatures in the greenhouse have been getting up over 20 degrees Celsius. Right now, I would say it's probably about 21 in there, maybe 22, maybe even warmer. Yesterday it got up over 25. So, I'm interested to see what's going on with the compost. We'll go in, take its temperature, see what things are looking like. Come here. Let's go. Caddis likes to hang out in the greenhouse because it's nice and warm. Come on. Not quite as warm as I thought it was going to be in here. It's around 15 degrees. There's a little bit of cloud cover today, so it's probably fluctuating quite a bit in temperature. When the sun starts to beat down, it probably really heats up, cools off a little bit when the clouds roll in. I decided earlier in the week to cover this up with a black tarp. I just want to be able to maximize the amount of heat that I'm able to retain to get this thing to start cooking. It seems to be working a little. I came out this morning and I took the temperature in the composter, and it was 10 degrees Celsius inside the composter. It was minus 15 outside, and it was minus 13.8 in the greenhouse. Something seems to be generating some heat. or retaining heat, and just elevating the temperature in here just by that tiny, tiny little bit. The sun wasn't up yet, so it wasn't solar related why the greenhouse was just a little bit warmer than it was outside. I'm hoping it was this. I'm hoping over the next few days we see a change that is bigger than 1.2 degrees in here. So let's open this thing up, take its temperature, give it a little stir, see what's happening in there. Okay, so this is showing the temperature of the greenhouse right now. I suspect it will probably drop when we put it in there, but there's only one way to find out. Yeah, so it's still sitting at about 10 degrees, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I really don't think that things have started to cook in there. I think we'd probably see a much warmer temperature if that was the case. But I'm going to give it a stir and see if there's any steam or anything that comes out when we crank it open. We got kitchen scraps in there, we got chicken manure, we got bedding out of the coop, we have all of the old stems and leaves and whatnot from the plants that were left in the greenhouse last fall. There's definitely a good mixture in there. I think it's probably just the overnight temperatures that are preventing it from starting to cook. It has been a week, well 5 days. I would think if it was warmer out, if the evenings were warmer and the overnight temperatures, that this thing would have started to generate a lot more heat by now. Yeah, it doesn't feel any warmer. That's okay. We're experimenting. We've got plenty of time before I'll be putting plants out here anyways. I was going to add some horse manure in here if it had started, but I think I'm going to hold off on that for now. It's definitely still moist enough. Been getting some great feedback on heating greenhouses with compost, both on Facebook, on Instagram, other people just contacting me, letting me know ways that they've done it, and ways that have worked and ways that have not worked for them. So I know one thing is for certain, I have plans for later this summer to get something set up that will pump heat into here. I'll just take a quick minute to show you a few other things that I've got going on in here. All of these pots on the bench here are all perennials. We got some daylilies, catnip, sage. These grassy looking ones are all chives. So I have a feeling a lot of this stuff is going to start growing very soon. I'm already seeing some little green shoots coming out of the chives, but they're always something that starts first in the season anyways. Trying to melt out all of the pots that were left in here over the winter. They're still blocks of ice, but each day they crumble apart a little bit with the help of a shovel. And these are just big buckets of soil that was in those pots that I'm just kind of letting these heat up in the sun all day too. Seeing if that helps boost the temperatures in here. It's getting really humid at night in here, I can tell you that. It gets up to like 80% humidity right now. It's at about 50%, and once the sun starts to set, the humidity just skyrockets in here. So now I think I'm going to go out and check the trail cam and then start hauling wood up to the house. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this weekend. It's supposed to start tonight with about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow, and then the bulk of the snow Sunday night, which will be anywhere from 30 to 60 centimeters. Depends on which model you look at. But it's the beginning of March, so we got snowstorms coming yet. We got another month of this, easily another month. Last thing I want to do here before I actually have to start doing some work, getting ready for this bloody blizzard that's coming, is go out and check the trail cam. I had it sitting way at the back of the property for half the winter, which was not fun. We had 60 acres and trudging around in the snow just to go and check that card. No. So I moved it quite a bit closer to the house here. Still got lots of activity, I think. I can see all kinds of tracks here, mainly deer. But a couple weeks back, someone in the area, a couple kilometers away, spotted a cougar walking down the frozen river. So I've kind of been hoping to get a shot of that, but I also don't really want to get a shot of that, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if we want a cougar walking around the property here. Anything is possible though. I've got it set up on a pretty busy trail here. It's mostly deer that we've got walking around. I mean, get the odd coyote, wolf, things like that. We have bears, that's for sure. Our cat can tell you that story. I'll link to that video here too. The bear cat. But it's a little bit early for bears yet. Another month, maybe even 2 months before they start showing up again. So if there's anything cool on this trail cam video, I'll put together a little time-lapse slideshow kind of deal. Last one I did was 200 photos, 22 days. Pretty cool, lots of deer, lots of action. So anyways, I gotta start getting to work. I gotta get the wood. I gotta clean up all that stuff outside of the greenhouse, move it somewhere sheltered. But it's still a nice day. I'm gonna enjoy it as much as I can and spend the rest of the day outside. Till next time, see you later.